All right, so you mentioned Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray has decided football's his game. I don't even believe he told the Oakland Athletics before he announced it.
Is that right? They found out on the fly?
Drabby, isn't that true? I don't think he called the A's.
Not cool.
No, even Nightingale tweeted after the news broke that he was still the Athletics were trying to work stuff out with him.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I do feel bad for the A's, but they knew the risk. They're
did.
drafting a football player.
They did. Hey, they should offer more money.
And I think for him, it's an absolute no-brainer. He'll make more money. And if it doesn't work in a few years, he can move on.
It's going to be really
Clearly
interesting to see
that
what
statement,
happens.
though, crafted by an agent, because we've all seen in the interview, while I know he was just trying to be coy and not say anything, that was a really well-thought-out statement.
You're very pro Kyler Murray. If the Redskins have a chance to draft him at 15, no-brainer for you. Draft him.
Absolutely
I put a poll on our Junks Radio Twitter account. The majority of our listeners, over 1,000 votes, are in the no camp.
I know. Everybody thinks they're so smart that he's and they're right that we don't have the offense necessarily around him. We don't necessarily have the staff that's perfect for him.
He's small.
They don't like
negatives.
the size. Everyone's just looking at all the negatives. I'm just looking at what the kid can do, not what he can't do.
I'd be interested to hear from Redskins fans maybe later in the show if you want to do a segment. Now that Kyler Murray is going to the NFL, would you rather draft Kyler Murray, just Kyler Murray? I'm not talking about any of the other prospects.
Yeah.
Draft Kyler Murray or go out and try and sign one of the established vets.
Well, maybe in a perfect world, the vets, but we don't have the money.
Let's do that
I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is going to cost a lot of money. Someone like that.
It's always the question about whether he might go back to the sport, and maybe that's a factor in whether you would want him. I'm looking at our Junks Radio poll. 62% asked whether you want the Redskins to take him with the first-round pick. I was surprised that many people are hesitant. I got to believe it's simply about height and the fact that he might go back to baseball.
Well, the go back to baseball thing is dumb. He's only going to go back to baseball if he fails. And if he fails, the team will be like, good riddance. The height, that's a legitimate question, I guess. Some durability issues there. I guess people are always going to question that. And, of course, does anybody here think that Jay Gruden at this point has shown that he's the ideal guy to groom a young quarterback, specifically one with this skill set? I'd agree with you. Probably not.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Gruden would be the coach.
But I don't think
if Kyler Murray going forward was their quarterback.
I don't think necessarily he's the right fit, but I don't think Jay's going to be here but one more year. So, I think it'll just be a learning process anyway. Get him acclimated to the pro life, and then Jay will be gone in a year.
Yeah, who knows? But now that he's decided on the sport, would you rather him play for the Redskins and be your starter, pretty much week one next year, or would you rather have a guy like a Teddy Bridgewater, like a Ryan Fitzpatrick, maybe a Flacco if you could afford him? Nick Foles looks like he's probably out of the picture, but would you rather have an established vet, kind of like they went into this season with Alex Smith?
Well,
or do you want to just roll the dice?
I think Gruden would prefer the established vet rather than just a rookie.
You want to try to win, 7
gig, he wants that.
But that's more stopgap.
Right, even though he has a lower ceiling.
Obviously, people aren't going to be put in the seats with Teddy Bridgewater as quarterback. If Kyler Murray's there, then people are going to come to see him.
I actually think he can be a star. I think it's a boom or bust pick. He could be a star or he can be a flame out.
It's going to be very interesting to see.
I think he has a chance to be a star, and I don't think he's going to be anywhere near available at 15. I think the hype machine is going to just be going crazy. I assume that Haskins will go ahead of him, and maybe even one of these other guys is sort of more prototypical guys, but there is no chance he's going to be available. With all the teams that could use a young quarterback, I don't think there's any chance he's available at 15.